For those of you newcomers who don't have a clue about graboids, let me bring you up to speed. The graboid is a vicious subterranean predator about 30 feet in length with a semi-rigid internal structure.
Jesus, we really caught something here!
It senses its prey seismically and employs 3 powerful snake-like oral tentacles to ensnare its prey and pull it into the graboid's gullet. It is not a pleasant venue. Trust me, I've been there.
We keep this to ourselves.
Not all are so lucky. I've seen many men go in and never come back out. Damn shame. Yes, the graboids. Their serpentine bodies are covered with spike-like protrusions that help them maneuver through the earth at record speed. They are fast, very fast.
You can't outrun them, no way!
We studied one of these spikes, a pre-Cambrian rock-like fossil, suggesting that these creatures have been on Earth for over 600 million years.
That means that this is the oldest life form on the planet.
How in the hell did we not know about these? We only first discovered these subterranean man-eating predators in my small hometown of Perfection, Nevada. We don't know how long they had gone undetected, but it is rumored that there was an earlier infestation. Never verified. Oh, but it happened. I suspect that my ancestors left out some critical need-to-know information. And if that weren't enough, graboids give birth to 3 ugly spawn we call shriekers. Again, information that was not disclosed to me.
Why is it the critical need-to-know information never gets to Bert Gummer?
Anyway, shriekers are short, squat, and blind, bipedal bad boys that sense and hunt their prey using infrared sensors.
See that? The thing that rises up must be the heat sensor.
When fed, these creatures multiply exponentially, quickly creating a vicious army of these nasty predators.
Hell, that gives them quite an edge.
And they will eat anything. They wiped out my stockpile of MREs.
Meals, ready to eat.
In hindsight, I may have brought a tad too many.
Brought 120 pounds of it.
Oh well.
Shut up!
So, shriekers, in turn, give rise to the ass blaster. A nasty little surprise we discovered when I returned to Perfection. These ass blasters are winged, predatory carnivores which use a mixture of volatile chemicals in their nether regions to blast into the air and swoop down upon their victims.
Once they become airborne, no place is safe.
Ass blasters carry eggs that hatch and become new graboids, beginning this hellish cycle anew.
If you've got ass blasters, you've got graboids.
Stinks too.
One thing they all have in common, they stink.
Smells like a bad night of beans.
It's a smell you can't forget, trust me.
You need a shower.
And these SOBs are smart, really smart.
Sons of bitches are always on a learning curve.
Once you think you've got the upper hand, they will have a trick of their own.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Never let your guard down. They will always be one step ahead. This time, they can be anywhere. Be prepared. My name is Bert Gummer, and I've been called many things. Gun enthusiast, monster hunter, doomsday prepper. I reject all these labels. What I am is a survivalist. I've scoured the earth, putting my life on the line to hunt supersized subterranean man-eating predators called graboids, along with their shrieker and ass blaster kin. Using a combination of local knowledge, intuition, and firepower, I've managed to snuff out these deadly creatures and live to tell the tale. As I enter into and beneath the sands of hell, join me as we explore my hellish journey throughout the years.
Now, let's go bag our limit of shriekers.
Remember, life and survival start here. So sit back and enjoy the ride. There's nothing funny about war. Nothing.
Mindy, smile.
Come on, honey. Don't look so afraid. It's not gonna hurt you, I promise.
Mindy, look up. Smile.
Come on.
Hold it.
completely out of ammo. That's never happened to me before. 50T! Told you. I forgot. No, no, no! Keep going! It's gonna be big! Big! God, it's gonna be big! Big! It's gonna be big! Is it gonna be today? Brady, get your ass down! We keep this to ourselves.
Thank you very much.
That'll be $5, please.
That's highway robbery.
A word of advice, Mr. Gummer. Anyone can be taken advantage of, and if you can, do.
Shoot me. Kill me. But you won't cage me.
Oh, yeah.
Psycho.
That graboid wanted him dead.
Why didn't it come after you? You're obviously the alpha.
She's culling the weakest from the herd first.
Oh, crap. That means I'm next.
This is a battlefield, and with every battlefield, there are casualties of war. Watch out. It's gonna get messy.
Cover your ears.
I know he couldn't have got past me, but now he's just gone.
Happy!
uniquely qualified to teach you how to survive whatever life throws at you. So listen up and heed my words. This is life or death out there, and death is not knocking at my door.
4 pounds of C4 may be a little excessive.
Some people think I'm overprepared, paranoid, maybe even a little crazy. But they never met any Precambrian life forms, did they? I feel I was denied critical, need-to-know information.
I think if I had an inner voice, it'd be telling me to tell you to get lost.
Oh, man, you really go the distance.
Oh, yeah. I'm a masterpiece of self-destruction. When the sun rises in Africa, you better be running.
Take a couple of tablespoons of cement and harden the hell up, huh?
If we make it out of here alive, I'm gonna open up an extra large can of whoop-ass on you.
Who needs guns when you got Pennsylvania steel?
Before you begin your graboid slaying quest, do yourself a favor, get something bigger than that 308. That's like spitting at Godzilla.
Like I said, we live in a dangerous world with some nasty sons of bitches.
Sure as hell ain't Mickey Mouse.
Listen to me, and you may just have a chance.
You're like a freaking Rambo.
This is Burt Gummer, signing off. Stay safe out there.
Any questions?
Ready?
Well, of course, I was just thrilled to be doing something different so soon after Family Ties. It was literally within a week of doing the Family Ties wrap party that I was on the set of Tremors. And I was absolutely thrilled because it was such a different experience. I had done 1 or 2 motion pictures, but not that many.
Like most people, I knew Michael Gross from Family Ties, and that was an incredibly successful show and funny, great, amazing, and he was great on it. And it was really an interesting kind of casting choice and a flip because he was really known as being this, you know, kind of super liberal, you know, dad kind of part. You know, Michael was really took his work very, very seriously, and of course, I really respond to that. You know, I remember, you know, him having, you know, conversations with the writers and the director and going, would Burt do that? Or, you know, and yeah, he was, you know, extremely, you know, professional, as was everybody in the movie.
So working with Michael Gross was great. You know, he's an incredibly intelligent guy to begin with, let alone being a dedicated actor. And I was a big fan of Family Ties growing up.
Now we're working 6 weeks. You start hanging out a lot. And I realized that Michael Gross was not Burt. He was not the character that he's portraying. He's really working it. You know, he was going way beyond what I ever expected from this actor, you know, this father on a TV comedy.
We were surprised because that Universal wanted us to read him for the role. Their logic was big TV star, that helps your movie. But we went, the guy from Family Ties, what? And then Ron told a story earlier today that when Michael came in, he absolutely blew us away. He was so not the Family Ties guy, and he gave an incredible audition.
Ron Underwood, the original director of Tremors, tells me that during the audition for Tremors 1, I jumped up on his desk and took a stance with my gun and really sort of got into it.
Michael came in to read for the role, and he made me believe that there were graboids under my office floor. And it was really astonishing how much I believed, and just from his audition. So I could see that he could really pull off the part. And it was something that really influenced me in the making of the film as well, that I saw from that audition how the best special effect for making these creatures feel real was the actors' reactions.
All I can tell you is I have no memory of that. We still disagree. Ron Underwood will say, "Oh no, you were on my desk," and I go, "That had to have been another actor. You're confusing me with somebody else." So it is, I guess, a myth in a way. All I'm saying is I don't recall that happening.
I have so many fond memories of working with Michael. He was just fun. He was, in some ways, he would just kind of figure out how to hang out with kids so well. I couldn't even believe it. He would just put any kind of seriousness aside and just play. I mean, he and my sister and I would hang out at the pool at the Best Western Hotel for hours and hours on end in between filming and just stay out of the heat and just have a blast.
30 years ago, when I first played Burt Gummer, I think it would have been impossible to imagine that 3 decades later, I'd still be here. I think every actor looks at every job as a very short-term thing. We blow through a job, we move on to something else. The fact that Burt became a cultish figure has been a real blessing to me. I do find amongst the Tremors fans some older people and some newly initiated people. There were about at least 10 or 12 years between Tremors 4 and Tremors 5. And so there's a whole different generation who came to us in Tremors 5 and 6, younger kids who did not know the early ones and are only now being introduced to Tremors 1 through 4.
My dad, he saw it when it first came out back in 1990, and he loved the movie. My whole entire family loves it, so I kind of just started watching it. I took a lot of my treats after my dad, and I've been a huge fan because like the movies are funny, they make me feel good, and when I'm bored I'll watch them, when I'm sad I'll watch them, when I'm happy I'll watch them.
I was probably 10 years old. I was in Hawaii, and there was a marathon on Sci-Fi, and I was like, what is this? And my mom was like, you have got to watch this. This is Tremors. It's my favorite movie series of all time. I was like, okay, I got to check this out. And we started with 1, 2, and 3 came out, and then it kept going from there.
Got a graboid right here. There was this lady from Liverpool. We contacted her about her making this. We went back and forth about the size of how big she could do it, and this is as big as she could get it. And so she custom made this for me.
And I used to like act out the movie in my bedroom. Like I'd stand on like my bed and like pretend there was graboids and everything, and it just kind of just went from there. Just non-stop Tremors from then on.
I went and paid my ticket price several times to get into Tremors in the week or 2 weeks it ran, and then it kind of disappeared. I went, okay, that's that. Wasn't that fun? It wasn't until a couple years later that the producers came to me and said we're going to make a second one, that it had caught on in the aftermarket video scene.
To date, Tremors 3 was one of the best characters, one of the best movies I've been a part of. The experience of doing it, because for the first time, for me, I'm a big action comedy person, and I was like, wait, I get to do this action, and there's some comedy to it. And then when you're working with Michael Gross, he is such a giver. He only elevates the moment and helps you elevate the character, and to be sort of juxtapose Burt Gummer's conviction for taking out, the Tremors, and my sort of using the Tremors as a tourist attraction was a wonderful sort of butting of heads. And I mean, for him to work with him just makes you better.
Michael's
he's probably one of the most dedicated, like one of the most dedicated actors I've ever worked with. You know what I mean? He's very, 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 very focused and very hands-on and very much knows what he wants to do in the scene, breaks it down, checks in with you, and, you know, he's not going to do it until he feels it's correct.
He's really an amazing actor. For someone to commit to a role for 30 years and play it with such commitment, and to play it with such, joie de vivre, it's just an amazing thing to watch. I'm constantly impressed by him, and I learn from him, because if you can have that much passion for something after doing it for 30 years, you're committed to it, and I'm forever thankful for that. You know, this is my third now in the franchise that I've directed, and the first two are very graboid heavy and ass blaster heavy, and I came around to the third one, and I'm not going to give away any of the new fun stuff that we have in store for the audience, but you have to try to give them something different. You can't just serve the same, put the same food on the table. You know, you got to have a variety.
This look that I have for the beginning of Tremors 7, and which I lose in the course of the film, is a result of Bert finally having said no to civilization in any way, shape, or form. He's gone to live in New Guinea, in the jungle, completely off the grid, or very nearly so. I think without giving it away, I'd say we found a clever way, I think in a comical way, for his reason why he finally had to leave Perfection, Nevada. Why even that was too much civilization for him. Sunblock and insect repellent. I'm going to Thailand.
There's always a little anticipation when you're on your way to a new location, I think, a new job.
So if I have to think of 3 words to describe Bert Gummer, I would say survivalist, fearless, paranoid.
Paranoid, hurt, distrusting.
Prepared, has great perseverance, and is scary.
Manic, vain, paranoid.
Paranoid, intense, and annoying.
Conviction, character, and commitment.
3 words to describe Michael Gross would be funny, fun, and determined.
Open, intense, conversationalist.
Kind, respectful, and funny.
Sweet, smart, and considerate.
Generous, kind, and caring.
And Michael Gross is charming, smart, and a wonderful man.
So, there you go. There you go.
I told you I give long answers. Don't forget to stop.
Forget to stop me.
No,
One thought leads to another.